I'm Sarah Gould-Waslohn, and today we're going to do a mat class with a ball. So if you have a large fitness ball, doesn't totally matter what size it is. We'll do a little bit of work seated, which is when the height matters. But other than that, you can use any large ball, slightly smaller ball. Mine's a little on the small side. I'll also point out, mine is a little bit different than yours. It has these beads in the bottom of it, and that helps it from rolling away, kind of stays in place. But you will kind of hear some of that move around. It makes it a little bit heavier, so for some of the exercises, it's going to make it harder for me and my arms. But know that your ball doesn't have to have that. Just use whatever fitness ball you have around. Okay, let's get started. You're gonna start seated on the ball, okay? And we'll have the feet really nice and wide, hands on your thighs, sitting very tall. We're gonna start to move the spine. Lead from your sternum, you're gonna hinge forward. Leading from your heart, fold forward all the way down. And at the bottom, let your head go. And just stay here for a moment, shake your head no, and nod yes. Should feel nice, shake no, and nod yes. All right, take a deep breath in, keep your head heavy. Exhale, scoop your abdominals, roll up. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Your head arrives last. And we'll do that again. Squeeze your shoulder blades, lead from your sternum. Inhale, fold forward. Drop your head, tuck your tail. Exhale, scoop your abdominals, roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Head arrives last. Inhale, extend the spine. Folding forward, lead from the heart, from the sternum. Exhale, drop your head, tuck your tail, scoop your belly up. Using your abdominals to push your spine up. Inhale, extend, fold forward. Keep your hands on your knees so that the elbows are pulling together. Exhale, tuck your tail, scoop your abdominals. Use your abdominals to push your spine up. Two more. Find the wave-like motion in your spine. Inhale, extend. That wave crashes on the beach. Exhale, roll up, gather yourself, recoiling. One more for fun. Inhale, extend and fold. Exhale, tuck your tail, scoop your abdominals, and roll up. Okay, reversing. We'll roll down now. Draw your chin to your chest. Pull your low ribs back. Round your spine. Try to bring your nose to the ball or the crown of your head to the floor between your heels. When you can't go any further, lengthen the crown of your head forward. Find your flat back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift from your chest. And again, snaking the spine. Draw your chin down, scoop the sternum back, ribs back, belly back, rounding forward. Inhale, lengthen and extend. Lift. Again, leading from your head, rounding, rolling down. Elongate the spine forward and lift. Two more. Find the wave-like motion in your spine here. Last one. Exhale, scoop around and curl down. Inhale, lengthen and extend. Okay, so I'm going to face you now. We're going to stay seated on the ball. Now, if any of this feels like it's too much, too precarious, then keep your feet on the floor or maybe don't bounce. But otherwise, we're gonna try to bounce. So just a nice gentle bounce. Feet just slightly wider than hip width. Maybe the distance of 2 of your fists between your feet. Arms just hanging by your sides. Let the shoulders relax. And make sure you're straight up and down. You're not leaning forward, not leaning back or side to side. Just straight up and down. Even weight on both sits bones, both of those ischial tuberosities. All right, and we'll grab onto opposite elbows. Shoulders down, sitting tall. Think of lifting your rib cage up away from your pelvis, creating more length in your waist. Keep the rhythm of your bounce and begin to twist to your right. So we're rotating the rib cage to the right and unrotate, come back to the center. Shoulders down, lengthen your spine, twist and rotate left. Keep that rhythm of your bounce. Unrotate, come back to the center again, to the right. Keep lifting your ribcage up away from your pelvis as you twist and as you untwist. So we're growing ever taller, rotating left. Back through center. One more each way. Keep lengthening your spine, engaging the very deep muscles in your abdominals and in your back to create that length, creating more space between your ribs and pelvis. Back to the center. Okay, keep that rhythm of your bounce. If this doesn't feel good to you, you can quiet your bounce, you can stop it, or simply keep your feet on the floor. We're gonna take one foot up and then set it down. And take the other foot up. You could also hold onto your ball if you prefer, set it down. If you want more challenge, have the arms up. So lifting a foot and lowering, lifting a foot and lowering. Keep that rhythm of your bounce. Stay as tall as you can. Avoid leaning over. I like 2 bounces as I lift, 2 bounces to lower, 2 bounces to lift, 2 bounces to lower. Or you can do whatever you like. Shoulders are down, waist is long. If you want more challenge, close your eyes. That'll challenge your balance a bit more. Lengthen your waist. And you can be playful about it. It's fun. It's meant to be like play. Balance is mostly play work. Going off center and finding center again. That's why kids are so good at balance. They play a lot. We don't play enough. So allow yourself to feel playful. So now, keep that rhythm. So we're lifting one leg and lowering. You could do this without your bounce if you like. Now if your arms are up, see if you can add a twist toward the leg that you're lifting. Untwist and set that foot down. Twisting toward the leg that you're lifting. And you could go quicker than I am going, or you could go just as slow or slower. Lifting the waist as you rotate. So we're getting a little bit more obliques. Keep that rhythm of your bounce. Try to keep that rhythm consistent rather than irregular, inconsistent. And if you want an even more challenge, again, you could close your eyes. You'd have to have a really good internal sense of where you are in space. Shoulders down. And the shoulders might be getting tired. That's good here. We want them to work a little bit. There's no such thing as failing here, unless you fall. But even if you cut yourself, that still counts. It's still good stuff. All right, let's come up and off the ball. So now we're gonna sit. So you're gonna sit on the floor with the ball between your legs. And we're gonna find a nice tall spine. Feel free to move the flesh out from underneath your sits bones. So you can feel those ischial tuberosities on the floor nice and firm. Do your best to be in your neutral spine, finding a little extension in the lumbar spine, pull the low ribs back, collarbones wide, and make sure you're not in forward head. So we're gonna have our hands on top of the ball. Flex your feet, pull the toes back, press the backs of your knees down. So lots of little engagement here. Make sure that your arms or shoulders aren't forward, but plug your arms back into your shoulder sockets. From there, you're gonna stay tall and vertical. Take an inhale. Exhale, press down with your hands. You're gonna try to smush the ball, but get taller through the spine as you do so. Inhale, release. Again, exhale, press down, sit taller. Inhale, release. So we might feel a little abdominal engagement. Exhale, press down, smush the ball, collarbones wide, lift through the crown of your head. Inhale, release. You might also feel hip flexor, that's okay too. Exhale, press down, lengthen your spine, press the shoulders down. Inhale, release. 3 more. Exhale, smush, press down, get tall, lift your ribs up away from your pelvis. Inhale, release. Exhale, press down, lengthen the spine. Finding that up to your down. Inhale, release. Last one. Exhale, press down, get tall, and release. Now, keep the ball here. I want you to keep your shoulders stacked over your pelvis. And we're gonna tuck the tail, pull your lower ribs back, and bow your head. So we're finding spinal flexion, but my shoulders should still be stacked over the pelvis. So we're in spinal flexion, bowing the head. We're gonna do the same thing with the arms. Take an inhale. Exhale, press down, smush the ball. Draw your abdominals back. Inhale, release. Exhale, smush the ball. Flex those feet, press the backs of your knees down. Inhale, release. Exhale, press, smush. Inhale, release. Exhale, smush. Scoop your belly in. Inhale, release. 2 more. Exhale, press down. We should feel a lot more abdominal engagement. Inhale, release. Exhale, smush that ball, push it down. Inhale, release. Okay, now sit tall again. Again, keeping the shoulders over the pelvis. We're gonna see if we can find some spinal extension. So now take your lower ribs or your belly, thrust that forward. Shoulders back and down. Lift your sternum up toward the ceiling. Like if you had a big eye on your chest, you'd be aiming that eye forward and up slightly toward the ceiling or where the ceiling and wall meet. Try not to do it all in your neck. So less from the neck, more from the chest and the thorax. Okay, do what you can. If you need to bend your knees or sit cross-legged, do that. Pull those shoulders back and down, lift your sternum up. Now take an inhale. Exhale, smush that ball. Press the shoulders down. Inhale, release. Exhale, press down with the hands. Lift your chest up. Inhale, release. Exhale, smush that ball or try to pop it. Push down. Inhale, release. 2 more. Exhale, press, lift the sternum up. Inhale, release. Last one. Exhale, press down, lift the heart up, shoulders back and down. Inhale, release, and come to vertical. Let's walk that ball forward now and fold in. Do as much of a hamstring stretch as you can. Flex your feet. Take 2 deep breaths. I have very flexible hamstrings. You may not be able to go this far, but don't worry, I have my weaknesses too. Okay, come on back up. Let's keep that ball there. Lie down on your back, and you're gonna bring your heels up on top of the ball. So you're lying down. Ooh. Okay, lying down, heels on top of the ball with legs straight. All right, arms down by your sides. We'll flex the feet and squeeze your thighs together. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, posteriorly tilt the pelvis, tilt the pubic bone up, lengthening the lower back. From there, lift your pelvis up. Even weight on both feet, both shoulders, both arms. Take an inhale to stay. Now exhale, use your abdominals to push your vertebrae down, one at a time, and return your pelvis to neutral. Inhale, squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, tilt the pelvis first. Press your lower back down, pubic bone up, and then peel your vertebrae up off the floor. Little lift of the pelvis. Inhale to stay. Exhale, use your abdominals to push the lower ribs down, to push your lower back down, to push your pelvis down, and then return to neutral. 2 more. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Lift your pelvis up. Draw your abdominals in as you lift the pubic bone up. Find that down to your up. Inhale to stay. Exhale, use your abdominals to push and imprint like your pelvis wants to stay up, but your abdominals are pushing you down. And back to neutral. Press your shoulders down. Squeeze the thighs together. Last one, inhale. Exhale, tilt your pelvis. Curl and lift. Hold here, inhale. And exhale, roll down. Okay, let's leave the right heel there. Bring your left leg either to tabletop or straight up to the ceiling. Okay, reaching your toes or your knee up toward the ceiling. Press down through your arms. Take an inhale, same thing. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Curl and lift your pelvis up. Arms are actively pressing down. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, roll down through your spine. Switch legs. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, curl and lift. Try to keep the hip bones level, stabilize the ball, hold, breathe in, press the shoulders down. Exhale, roll down. Switch legs, we have 1 more of each leg. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, tilt your pelvis and lift. Lengthen from the crown of your head out through that long leg. And exhale, roll down. Switch, inhale. Exhale, press your shoulders down, tilt the pelvis, curl up. Stay, breathe in, collarbones wide. And exhale, roll down. Both heels come to the ball. Now flex your feet. You're gonna keep your pelvis down. Press your heels down into the ball as much as you can. Keep that constant pressure downward, so you're pushing the ball down with your feet. Now bend your knees. Slowly roll your ball toward your bottom. Keep pushing down, and then push the ball away. Straightening the legs, we're still pushing down into the ball as much as you can. Again, bend your knees. Pull the ball toward you, squeeze your inner thighs together. And exhale, push the ball away. So we should feel this in the hamstrings, the backs of your legs. Press down and pull the ball toward you. Press down and push the ball away. You can get some extra arm work by pressing your arms down. Bend and pull. Pelvis in neutral. Press and push the ball away. Let's do 1 more. Pull the ball toward you. And push the ball away. All right, bend your knees, roll that ball toward you. Now step your heels higher up on the ball so that we're in a tabletop, 90-degree bend at the knees, 90-degree bend at the hips. Flex those feet and keep the ball here, meaning don't start to push that ball forward. Try to keep pulling it slightly toward you so that we keep the hamstrings working. All right, we're gonna go quicker here. Squeeze your knees, press your arms down, take an inhale. Exhale, lift your pelvis up. Keep those knees together. Inhale, we lower back down. So a nice neutral pelvis. Exhale, lift up, squeeze your knees. Inhale, lower. It can be low, that's fine. Exhale, lift your pelvis, squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, lower down. Keep the abdominals taut. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Squeeze the knees. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. All right, go ahead and walk that ball forward, straighten out your legs. Hold on behind your right thigh. Let's take a hamstring stretch here. Straighten your right leg up to the ceiling. And just start to flex and point your foot. You have 33 joints in each foot, so lots of opportunities for movement. 14 bones in your toes, 5 metatarsals, 5 bones that make up the arch, and then 2 bones that make up your ankle. well, plus the lower leg bones, so we could almost say 4 bones. So 11 bones is my point. And then circle your foot. Make sure you're involving the toes in this as well. As big a circle as you can make. Like you're drawing a big circle with your big toe. How big a circle can you make with that big toe? And reverse. Tracing a circle with your big toe. And now point your foot. Try to keep your leg as straight as possible. We're going to open the arms out to the sides. Now, keep the ball absolutely still. And I want you to circle your leg. So we're moving from the femur, your upper thigh, moving your leg as one big pencil. Keep the ball totally still if you can. Reverse your circles. Keep that ball absolutely still. You might have to go slower or smaller or both. Stable pelvis, stable ball. And lower this leg down. We'll switch. Hamstring stretch on the left. Hold on behind your thigh. Straighten up toward the ceiling. We'll point and flex your foot. 26 bones, 33 joints, lots of opportunities for movement, 19 muscles just in your feet. And now circle. Make sure your toes play a part in the circle too. So we're moving the ankle, the arch, and the toes. And reverse. A lot of those muscles and joints don't get used because we're in shoes all the time. Well, we didn't used to wear shoes. We weren't born with shoes. And our ancestors didn't always wear shoes. It's to make our foot adaptable to different surfaces. And we need those muscles to be strong and adaptable. All right, I'll get into that some other time. We'll point the foot. Straighten that leg as much as you can. Open your arms out to the sides. And now circle this leg. But keep the ball totally still. So you might have to go slow. You might have to go smaller. Or maybe both. Do your best to keep the ball really stable, really still. Reverse. We're having to use the deeper abdominal muscles, pelvic floor muscles to stabilize that ball. Might sound strange, but it's true. And lower that leg down. Okay, let's take your first leg up again. Again, using it as one big pencil. And I want you to write the letters of your first name. So you're going to write each letter, one on top of the other. And again, try to keep that ball absolutely still. Now see if you can write it backward. Keep that ball still. All right, lower that leg down. Let's take the left leg up, or the other leg up. Again, using this leg as a pencil this time, write the letters of your last name. One letter on top of the next. Stabilize the ball. Using your brain and your muscles, your body. Now maybe reverse that, whatever reverse means to you. Stabilize that ball. And lower this leg down. All right, bend your knees. You're going to roll that ball toward you and pick up the ball with your lower legs. Okay, So you've got the arms out to the sides. You're holding the ball between your lower legs, and knees are going to be bent like a wide tabletop. I want you to keep your shoulders glued to the floor or glued to the mat. And we'll take both legs over to the right. Keep the left shoulder down. Inhale here. Exhale, use your abdominals to push your lower back down, which will bring your pelvis back to the center and bring the legs out. We'll take the legs over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, use your abdominals to push your lumbar spine down, which should bring your pelvis, and then that should bring your legs. So it's kind of a domino effect. The legs tip over. Inhale. Exhale, use your abdominals to move your spine, which will move your pelvis, which will move your legs, and thus the ball. Inhale, legs tip over. Exhale, abdominals pull you back. Try to find that muscular connection. Inhale to the right. Legs move over, and the abdominals catch and pull you back up to the center. Inhale, legs go left. We're still squeezing that ball. Exhale, right shoulder stays down. Deepen your abdominals. Come back to the center. Let's do one more each side for fun. Inhale, right. Exhale, deepen your abdominals. Inhale to the left. Exhale, deepen your abdominals. Come back to the center. We're going to take that ball with your hands. Okay. Toss and catch the ball. Hopefully you don't have anything breakable around. Try to toss as high as you can. Knees are bent. Pelvis in neutral. Find just a little bit of abdominal engagement. Relax your neck. Okay, bring your right leg to tabletop. Same thing. Toss and catch. The higher you can throw that ball, the more arm work you'll get, the more tricep work you'll get. Switch legs. Toss and catch. Toss and catch. Toss and catch. Try and throw it a little higher. Deepen your abdominals. Both legs to tabletop. Press your lower back down now so we're imprinted. Squeeze your knees together. Toss and catch here. Try to toss a little bit higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, squeeze those knees, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your ball. You can keep the legs at tabletop for a challenge, or if you need less challenge, step your feet down. I'm going to keep my legs up. Holding onto the outer sides of the ball, squeeze the ball with your hands. Press your lower back and lower ribs down. Now you're going to start to take the arms back behind you. Inhale. Exhale, deepen your abdominals and lift the ball up. Keep your lower ribs down as you take your arms back. Inhale. Exhale, deepen your abdominals to lift the arms and the ball up. Squeeze that ball between your hands. Inhale back. Lower ribs stay down. Squeeze the knees. Deepen your abdominals. Exhale to lift up. One more. Inhale back. Exhale. Press your low ribs down. Deepen your abdominals and lift the ball. Place your feet down. We'll keep the ball right here. Feet about hip width apart or about a fist distance apart. Shoulders are down. Press down through all 10 toes and both sides of your heels. Inhale, prepare. We're going into a bridge. Exhale, tilt the pelvis and lift your pelvis up. Opening up the hip creases. Press into your big toes and the outer sides of your heels. Stay for an inhale. Lengthen from your knees out through the crown of your head. Exhale, use your abdominals to push your spine down. one vertebrae at a time. So we're rolling through the spine. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, posterior tilt, and lift your pubic bone up. Deepen your abdominals as you lift your pubic bone. So we have a straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Use your abdominals to push your spine down. Your pelvis wants to stay up, but your abdominals are making your spine and pelvis come down. That's the idea here. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to curl up. Abdominals are resisting the pelvis. Inhale to stay. And now the pelvis resists the abdominals, which makes the abdominals work harder as you roll down. All right, we're going to add on. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, tilt your pelvis and lift up. Find that bridge. Press your lower ribs down. Now we're going to keep the pelvis here. Deepen your abdominals, press your lower ribs down, but keep your pelvis where it is. Now squeeze the ball, take your arms back. Inhale. Exhale, deepen your abdominals, squeeze the ball and lift. Our pelvis stays in the same place. Again, inhale, arms go back. Exhale, deepen your abdominals, lift the pubic bone, lift the arms, deepen the belly, deepen the belly. So there's all this opposition happening. Inhale, arms go back. Exhale, deepen your abdominals, squeeze the ball in order to lift the ball. Now, if you want more challenge, bring one leg to tabletop. Same thing, inhale, arms move back. Exhale, deepen your abdominals, lift the pubic bone up, squeeze the ball and lift the arms. Switch legs. Inhale, arms back. Stabilize your pelvis. Exhale, squeeze the ball, deepen your abdominals and lift. Two more or one more each leg. Switch legs, inhale, back. Exhale, squeeze the ball, lift your pelvis. And switch legs. Last one, inhale, arms go back. Exhale, squeeze the ball, deepen your abdominals. Lift up. Place your feet down, level your hip bones, roll down. We'll set the ball aside. Open your arms out to the sides and gently rock your knees side to side, just to rinse that off. Hug your knees into your chest and maybe rock your knees side to side here. Maybe stir some circles with your knees. All right, find your ball again. We're going to place the ball between your ankles. And we'll straighten those legs up to the ceiling, or as straight as you can go. Arms down by your sides. Squeeze that ball, and you might have to get creative to keep your ball. We're going to rotate the ball, crossing the legs, twisting, and then twist the other way. And so we twist here, one way, as far as you can go, and then the other way. And again, you might have to get creative with your feet. They might do some weird things to keep your ball. That's all right. Deepen your abdominals. Your back should be flat against the floor or the mat. Collarbones wide. Relax any tension from your neck and shoulders. One more each way. Back to the center, and we'll lower the ball down. Okay, so you're going to take your feet up on top of the ball. Have that ball right up next to your butt. We're going to have our heels together on top of the ball, knees apart. So we're in a wide external rotation of the thighs. Knees super wide, arms down by your sides. So we'll inhale here. As you exhale and lift your pelvis up, I want you to widen your knees or widen your thighs even more. Hold here, inhale, we should get some inner thigh stretch. Exhale, lower down slowly with control. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift your pelvis up. Open the knees wider. Inhale to stay, so we're engaging some of the external rotators underneath your glutes, and exhale, we lower down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale and lift. This is going to be easy easier for some of us than others. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll down. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Pull that ball closer toward you. Inhale, widen the knees, exhale, roll down. Okay. All right, go ahead and straighten your legs and walk that ball forward. We're gonna do sort of a moving stretch here. So big toes together, knees together to start, depending on your anatomy. You're gonna bend your knees. So knees are roughly together. Now, once you can't go any further, open the knees apart, externally rotate, and then push the ball forward. And we'll do that again. Rotate to parallel, bend your knees, knees are together, open away, externally rotate, and then stretch the legs long. And make this lazy through the legs. Bend the knees, open, push the ball away. Just rolling the bones around. You could take your feet a little bit wider on the ball and go into internal rotation, pigeon-toed as you bend, open, externally rotate, and push away. Rotating in as you bend, rotating out as you push away. One more. Just some nice movement in the hip joints. Now we reverse, knees wide as you bend, knock the knees in and push away. Rotating out, you might have to adjust your feet on the ball every once in a while. Rotate out, bend, rotate in, and straighten. Rotate out, bend, rotate in, and straighten. And you can go slower if you want, like figure eights in your hip joints. About 2 more. And now bend your knees. Bring that ball as close to your bottom as you can. And we're going to take the legs over the ball. So you're going to walk your heels as far down the other side of the ball as you can. The idea being that we're squeezing the ball with your legs, and you're going to try to lift the ball up, maybe tilting the pubic bone up, or sorry, tipping the tailbone up a little bit, and then tap that ball down. And again, pick it up, tuck, and lift, and lower down. So we're getting that lower abdominal little tuck and curl, and tap it down. If you need more help, take the legs wider on the ball if you can't get a good grip. We're lifting that ball up as much as we can. Try to do this with slowly with some control. So it's not just momentum, but it's actual muscular control. Some of you may know this, but Pilates was originally called contrology, a made-up word that Joseph Pilates made up, contrology, but meaning control, the art of control, essentially. And then he died, and they named it Pilates instead, after him. But his focus was about control of the muscles, which is why so much of Pilates is slow, almost excruciatingly slow. One more. Okay, now we're gonna pick up the ball with your ankles, with your lower legs, and adjust as needed. We're gonna try a roll over here. For some of you, this is not gonna be appropriate for your bodies. If you have any osteoporosis or osteopenia, don't do this. If any loaded flexion is not good for you, if you know that, the term loaded flexion, don't do this either. Or if you have a herniated disc or a bulging disc in your spine, then this is not for you. If you've got a pretty healthy spine, I would say do it, go for it. Arms down by your sides. This will be quick for those of you who are waiting. Squeeze the ball with your lower legs. Press down. You could just stay here if you wanted to. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're gonna take the ball back. Lift your pelvis up. Now, try not to let your legs drop, but lift that ball up, 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 up. Now keep lifting up as you roll down. Slowly, with control, contrology. Woo. And take those legs up to vertical. Take an inhale. Exhale, tip the ball back. Use control, not momentum. Now, lift your legs up, inhale. Squeeze the ball, exhale, slowly roll down. Abdominals are active, arms are active, shoulders press down. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, up and over. Inhale, lift your legs. Exhale and roll down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, lift the legs a little more. And exhale, roll with control. Whew. Take the ball out. And let's come up to standing. We're gonna have a little more fun with this now. We're gonna try to do some balance. So, have that ball on the floor. You're gonna walk right up next to it. So I want your shins and your knees, depending on the height of the ball, against, so I'm already kind of leaning my legs into the ball a little bit here. That's part of the trick. Hands are gonna come onto the ball. So I've got kind of this square between my knees and my hands. Start to shift your weight forward. And I've already got my weight in my shins, in my knees, and in my hands. And I'm gonna roll forward enough that I can take one or both feet off the floor and balance here. Don't hop on the ball. That's not useful. Go slow, roll onto it with control. And it's a little bit easier than it looks. It looks insane from the outside. It looks a bit impossible. But if you're able to get up here, you realize, oh, it's not that hard. It's not easy, but it's not that hard. And you might even be a pro at this and be able to take your hands off the ball. Be really careful, especially if you've got like a sharp coffee table around you. I don't think I can take my hands off, so I'm gonna keep my hands on. So we're gonna keep balancing for about 20 more seconds, adapting to this moving surface. Maybe you could take one hand off and switch. Maybe taking a leg off too, or don't. If that doesn't sound good, just stay where you are. I don't think that's gonna happen for me. All right, from here, I want you to bring your hands down to the floor. Okay, luckily that floor is pretty close by. Now, you're gonna push the ball out, find a plank position. If you wanna make this more challenging, you can push the ball further away from you. So the lower the ball is on your body, if it's more on your shins or your feet, that's gonna be more challenging. Make sure you're not dropping the pelvis and lumbar spine, but keep your pelvis in line with your shoulders in your plank. Take an inhale here. Now exhale, lift your hips, draw your knees into your chest, rounding the spine, tight little ball. Inhale, lengthen out to your plank. Exhale, tuck, lift, and round. This is called the ladybug. Inhale, lengthen out to your plank. Exhale, tuck and curl. Inhale, lengthen, find your plank. Exhale, tuck and curl. Inhale, lengthen. You might be able to pike, lifting the hips up with straight legs. Or just keep your ladybug. One more. Find your plank. Now, from here, take some push-ups. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Scoop the abdominals up and in. 3, 2, 1. And carefully climb off the ball however you can without crashing. All right, let's have a seat on the ball and have some space, some runway out in front of you. This will be our last thing. All right, so let's have the feet just about hip width apart or about a fist distance apart. Hands behind your head. If this feels precarious, you can have your hands on the ball for more support. Otherwise, hands behind your head. Lift through the crown of your head. So you're lifting your skull slightly up off of your neck. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly tuck your tail. Begin to walk those feet forward. So you're rolling the ball to your lower back, your mid back, to your upper back, neck and shoulders. Lift those hips high, take an inhale. Exhale, reverse. Nod your chin, walk the feet back. Pressing your abdominals back into the ball. And lengthen your spine, inhale. Keep lifting the skull as you roll forward. As you walk forward, roll forward. Don't let the hips drop. Inhale, we come up to the neck. Exhale, walk your feet back. Scoop your abdominals. And roll up. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen the spine, shoulders down. Pull your abdominals in. Inhale, hips high. Exhale, walk your feet back with control. Scoop the abdominals in. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, walk that ball forward. All the way up to the neck and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, walk back. Go slow through this tricky part. Okay, we're gonna walk forward one more time and we're gonna hold that. Just getting that ball to your upper back. So the thorax, the rib cage. And we can just let the arms hang out to the sides. And you can keep the knees bent or you can start to stretch back. Just finding some extension, some big stretch for the spine. And feel free to bend or straighten the legs. Playing with that stretch. You could shift around. You could keep your hands behind your head if that feels better. Essentially do what feels good in your body. Do what feels right for you. Take some deep breaths. Not only stretching the spine, but stretching the pectorals, the armpits, some of the hip crease, and the abdominals. About 2 more deep breaths. You could always stay for longer. And slowly bend your knees until you're sitting on the floor. Okay, and we're all done.